G'day guys, Steve with Broken Sprocket. In this video I'm going to install brand new bearings in the swing arm on the YZ85. Also re-grease and service the shock linkage bearings, new chain guide and replace the broken swing arm bolt. So let's get started.
Right, yeah, it's time to put a new bearing kit in the swing arm on Zach's YZ85. Okay, we've got the seals out and that bushing. Just want to take some measurements to see how far these bearings are actually inside the swing arm. Probably 4.5 mil. Okay, I'm over on the press here. I'm going to take the bottom bearing out first in this lower section of the swing arm. I've got a larger socket which is going to catch and support the swing arm and catch the bearing. So I'll put that one there. Then I'll have a smaller socket that's going to go through and push the bearing. There's also a sleeve in here and it will push the bearing through into this bearing. Okay, you can see one bearing here already caught in the socket, and you'll see the bushing that is also in there. It's almost ready to come out. It's only a plastic bushing. Do not try and press your bearing through like this is set up at the moment. You will snap your swing arm or bend it or cause great damage to your swing arm. Go through here and push through this end like I did on that first bearing. Now take out the second bearing. Now to get the new kit out and match everything up. Okay, we've got the old stuff here and I've matched it up with the new stuff on the inside. We've got a new plastic bushing, new bearing, new seals and the two bushings that go on the inside. Okay, I'm going to install the bearing first. There are two sides of the bearing. One's more rounded and this side here is more square, and it has the writing and the numbers and stuff on that side. So this side here will be to the outside of the swing arm. I'm just going to apply a little bit of grease to the inside to help it slide in a little bit easier. Alright, you'll see that I'm just going to push the bearing in until it's flat. Make sure your bearing is square and level all the way, otherwise you don't want it coming in binding, and it should slide in fairly easy. Now that it's flat to the surface of the swing arm, I'll back it off, put the sprocket in because I have to go in 4.5. The other ones from memory were about 4.5 mil in. 4.57. That'll do me. Okay, now with the outer bearings pushed in place, I just want to push these little plastic bushes that go in on the insides here. I'm just going to put a little bit of grease around these to make it easier to slide in. I'm hoping they'll go in by hand. Put a little bit of grease on the inside and seemed as though they were only in enough so that the rubber seal would go around. Okay, I've got the press set up and I've just made it nice and level so I can get that plastic bushing in, because these are very weak, so I don't want to be off center or anything. I'll just show you what I've done. Okay, I've put the extension bar inside through the sprocket and I've gone to the big steel plate, and underneath the steel plate is the bushing. And now what I want to do is just push it in until level, and then I'll get the sprocket on there and take it the rest of the way. It's only got to go in as thick as those rubber seals are. Now that it's bottomed out, I'll just take it in a couple of millimeters. Okay, just take it in a couple of millimeters. Just thick enough so that that rubber seal will go in. Okay, what I want to do now is actually grease up the inside of these bearings. Now they're spinning really nice. Now put these new rubber seals back in place. And the writing on the rubber seal is what goes to the outside. Now with those in place, it's just time to put these bushings on. For some reason this side has a smaller bushing. And this side here only has the one. Now just put a little bit of grease on the inside of the bushing for when the axle bolt goes through. See if I can get away with giving these bearings in here a good clean out. And just re-grease them. Hopefully they'll be okay, otherwise this is going to be a very expensive project. Give your these a good clean out, get all the gunk out. Okay, I've got the inside of the bearing casings cleaned out, and I'm going to put all those little bearings back in there. I'm just going to put a very thin layer of grease on the inside here so that the bearings will stick in there and not fall back out again. Now put all these in one by one. Okay, that's one side, all the bearings are back in. Now just to do the other side. Now that all those little bearings are back in place, just simply put some grease around them like this. Just be very gentle, you don't want to pull the bearings back out. And then just slide your pin back in. Done. Now, got to do all the rest of them. These ones actually have a casing inside them so they won't come out. They're actually still quite lubed, these ones, which is good. But I'll just put some more in there. The other pack were a little bit dry. This is another set where they all fall out. They're not completely dry, but they definitely can use some more. Okay, this shock linkage will live to see another day. Try this one. Not completely dry, in fact it's actually quite good, this one. But whilst we're here, we may as well redo them. Yep, this one here is actually quite good.
Okay, we've got Zach's bike finished now. It's replaced the swing arm bolt that had snapped. There's new swing arm bearings in the swing arm. The shock linkage has been serviced and re-greased. It has a new rear tyre and a new chain guide. So hopefully the back end of this bike should be good for quite some time now. Hey, watch this video next, or go to the Broken Sprocket video library and choose another top video. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. After all, it's for free and guaranteed to make your day 20% better. If you're already a subscriber and you're having a bad day, just think it could have been 20% worse. You can also follow Broken Sprocket on Instagram. So, I'll see you in the next video.